Hi, I'm Jolene, the conference reporter here at Seattle Interactive, and I'm going to interview a guy who I keep hearing about, David Shingy.
That's right.
Is that correct?
Yeah, David Shing by Shingy.
Okay, and he's got a big brand. But first I want to ask about AOL.
Sure.
So AOL, you've got mail. That was, 20-25 years ago?
That's right.
And Time Warner, what's AOL doing now?
That's a really good question, Jolie. Thanks for asking me.
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Tell us, seriously.
Yeah, we're still the 6th largest property on the planet. So we're a very big internet company. We have about 250 million people come to our properties per month. But what's really interesting is that we're a global brand. Mm-hmm. We're the brand behind brands. And what I mean by that is it's not necessarily just about AOL's brand, it's also about the other brands that we have in our portfolio that are high in their category. For example, we own Huffington Post, we own Techkrunch, we own Engadget, we own Stylist, we own Autoblog, we own a number of different sites across the portfolio that are all about consumers' love. So we're not just about single site destination, we're about making brands for passionate people where they need to be met, and it's all about their topics. So that's really what AOL stands for. That's on one side of the house.
Okay.
AOL owns these brands that are amplified in the marketplace. The other thing that we do, however, is, we have the largest video network across the planet. We're bigger than Google. So we actually, every time you go to a website and you read an article and you hit play on a video, 9 times out of 10, that's our video that you're watching. And that's powered by AOL, but you don't know that because we're one of the plumbings, the architects of some of the great experiences you see across the planet. We're not just about destinations, we're also about plumbing. So think of it as front of house, back of house, all powered by AOL. It's a very, very different paradigm from the days of dial-up. We've moved, and there are 3 things that we're really into. Services, yes. So people still go to mail for us. People still use services for us, so they actually look to us as a valuable resource to provide interesting information to them and interesting products like the Norton Utilities, etc. this year. So there's services that AOL provides.
Okay.
We also provide platforms for advertisers to get better, scalable audiences. So that's what we do at the network side of the business. And in the front of house side of the business is AOL's all about brands. So there's really 3 pillars of the business that AOL's known for.
Because I could not sleep last night. I was asking people, well, AOL has this big setup and this guy who's got this big personality. Okay, so that clears it up. So who are you? Because let me just tell you what I've heard. I mean, I ask people, what stood out? That guy with the big hair, Shingy. Didn't know who he is, but he's got all these ideas and, futuristic and he speaks really well and he's a big deal, but we don't know who he is.
Right. Okay. Well,
so where'd you come from? No, it's just what I heard.
Well, I'm from Australia. My background's design. Okay. I started out as a designer, as a traditional designer, so I'm very passionate about good design, and design's back with a capital D, thank God. So it's all about making sure that design is quality and at the forefront of where we're at today. So that's why I'm very excited about the space of design, but it's only one element of the digital space. I worked in digital in my early 20s. I helped found a startup. I'm one of the founders of a startup way back in the day that actually didn't work. It went down the shitter. But I did come out of it being a co-author of 6 patents, so I'm very excited about that. But it gave me the grounding to understand that I wanted to move out of purely being about bums on seats and building an agency and move into scalable internet technologies. But I joined AOL. I've been in AOL for about 2 years in the US. Okay. Prior to that, I was with them for about 2 years in Europe. In Europe, I was the head of media and head of marketing for them.
And the head, he means actually the head. I get it.
Seemingly. But it's interesting because, I really am passionate about the digital space. And as a marketer, I was able to understand what brands are looking for beyond the brand of AOL and understand what the landscape looked like. So, I've been asked to predominantly speak more and more about what's going on across not just digital, not just design, not just marketing, but also what behaviours are happening with consumers. So all of that across the board is really what I try and focus on.
And are you
pretty bloody exciting job, really.
Yeah, and are you kind of the ambassador as well?
Yeah.
The visionary, but the ambassador as well?
Yeah, I'm an AOL's evangelist. My title's a digital prophet.
Yes.
So I do spend a lot of time talking about what's going on, and it's a fun job. Bloody hard job, but it's fun.
And I've heard, I cannot wait to hear your keynote because I've heard so many great things.
Thank you.
So I'll send a link to it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much. Cheers. Bye. Thanks for that.